up? It's your girl KC, and I am back with a video. As you can already see by the title, today I'm going to be talking about my labor and delivery, so just stay tuned. Okay, I just want to say that everybody's experience is different, so you can't, like base what's your labor and delivery off anybody else's experience that you watch. It's always because I watched a whole bunch of videos of labor and delivery, the process of them, having their contractions and all that. And I didn't experience none of that, so I'm just gonna get back into my story. So May 5th, 2020 is when I had my son. His name is Amir, if you don't follow me on social media. So I had him May 5th, 2020. And at 2-ish in the morning of that day, I was feeling a little, it wasn't pain. I wouldn't say it was pain. It was just like discomfort, something different than any other pains that I have ever felt. But, I was able to sleep through it. I was cool. I was relaxing through it. And so at that time, 2 in the morning, I was asleep. But my body was waking me up like every 2 hours to go use the bathroom. So 2 hours later, after 2 a.m. of me starting to feel those little pains, at 4 o'clock, literally, I think it was like 4 on the dot, this is why I write stuff down, but at 4 o'clock, I got up and I felt like I had to pee. But when I stood up out the bed, it was just like this big old, this gush, like literally, and it was just a lot, like, now, a lot of people water don't break at home, so I really wasn't expecting my water to break at home. I thought I was going, because I had went to my doctor's appointment like a couple of days before that, 5 days before that actually. And I had got checked to see if I was dilated or anything. I wasn't dilated at all. And I'm just like, oh my God, he probably gonna be late. But he was early, so I had him at 38 weeks and 5 days. He was supposed to be here May 14th, and he came May 5th, Cinco de Mayo. I have a Cinco de Mayo baby. And so my water had broke. That was at 4, I'm gonna say 4 or 5, 4 or 10, between that time. In the morning, totally not prepared. I think that was a Tuesday. And in my phone, I had a Tuesday to-do list, which was to pack my hospital bag. That was on my to-do list. And so that was just me answering that question. I did not have my hospital bag ready. I had his clothes out, everything out. I just didn't have it in the bag or anything. So me and Dante, my boyfriend, we was not panicking. We was panicking, but not like, it was like a calm panic. I think he was panicking. I wasn't more so panicking. I was more so kind of in shock, because I'm like, damn, this is real. I'm about to be a mom. I have to be a mom. So that happened at 4. Okay, we got to the hospital about 5:30. The hospital was only 15 minutes. But what I did was I got in the shower, because I knew, first of all, Corona and all that stuff. I didn't want to. Well, I ended up showering at the hospital anyways. But anyways, I wanted to get in the shower because, first of all, my water just broke, and it was just a whole bunch of stuff just gushing and gushing. And that happens, when your water bag break, is consistently coming out. So me getting in the shower, it was kind of pointless, because when I got out, it was still coming out. Not a lot as much as it did as the first one, but it was just leaking. My water bag was just leaking. So fast forward to when we got to the hospital, which was about 5:15, 5:30-ish. They put you, first of all, I was early, and they put you in triage. You know what triage is, before you get seen by the doctors and all that. A nurse, she came and took a little swab. What is it called? Like a Q-tip, swabbed, my area or whatever, and tested to see if it was my water bag that buzzed. So that came back instantly that my water bag was buzzed. I'm telling her, like, I know my water just broke. Like, it just broke. So they came back instantly. I was in triage for all of 10 minutes, maybe 15, 20 minutes, because you had to undress and do all that. She didn't even get to take none of my vitals or anything. She instantly just moved me to a room. And when I got to the room, it was a whole bunch of just stuff going on. I'm tired, by the way. Let me just say that. I was tired. It was 4 or 5 in the morning. I was tired. But this was happening, so I needed to, wake up. But a whole bunch of people, like nurses, just came in, was introducing themselves, showing her, showing me what they just started working on me, putting IVs in me, blood pressure. IVs, blood pressure. What else they do? Sus. They gave me a corona test. So I guess the law, by the time I gave birth, the law was for them to test all new moms, I guess. Yeah, new moms. If you had to get induced or a C-section, you had to get, new moms just had to get tested. So I took the coronavirus test. I got it up my nose and through the back of my throat. And honestly, the test wasn't even that bad. It was she went pretty far up my nose. The throat one didn't hurt at all. She literally just touched the back of your throat. And the nose one, that kind of was, it didn't hurt. It was just uncomfortable. So I took that. I forgot all about that. I had to take that test. The IVs, they couldn't find a good place for my IV, so they were just doing this, poking. I got poked twice before she was able to successfully IV me. Okay, so let me get on to the labor and delivery. So as soon as I got in, they checked me to see how many centimeters I was dilated, I was 2 centimeters dilated. And I'm like, I'm only 2, I'm thinking I'm like 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I just want to say, by the way, I don't even do my edges ever, but I'm kind of digging this. But yeah, so I was 2 centimeters dilated, and I think so my cervix would stand out a little bit. And I'm like, what? Confused, like I'm about to be here all day. No, everything in me escalated quickly. I'm trying to think, like, what happened after that? I don't remember. Oh, so I was getting, everything IV. I'm trying to remember if they gave me Pitocin right away. Oh, I think they did. They gave me a super low dose of Pitocin right away, because once your water bag break, they had to speed it up, I guess, the process. So, because you were at risk for infection. So, I'm going to say so a lot, and I'm going to be spaced out a lot, so. But I'm not going to try to make this super long. So, they gave me a little bit of Pitocin. Did they? Yeah. And they kept asking me, like, you want the epidural? You want the epidural? And I was just, at that point, I wasn't in no pain. So I'm like, no, I don't need the epidural. No, I don't need the epidural. But I knew I wanted to, I wasn't against the epidural at all. And I knew I wanted to enjoy this moment without being in pain. Because once I started having the contractions. So this is the next step. Once they gave me the Pitocin, I was chilling for a little bit. And then once they gave me the Pitocin, that started kicking, kickstarting the whole process. So after, I probably like, so that was at 5 a.m. Maybe like 7 a.m. My times are all wrong, but I know this wasn't a long process at all. So I know my contractions, I started to feel them, and I was tolerating them. They kept getting stronger and stronger and stronger, and closer and closer and closer. And I'm like, yeah, I don't think I can do this. And I did it for a while. I did it for maybe like 2 or 3 hours. I dealt with the contractions, and then I'm like, okay, these are, this is kicking up. So before you get an epidural, your whole IV bag has to basically be empty. The IV bag has to be empty. So they had to come and up that because I'm like, yeah, I think I'm gonna go ahead and get the epidural. And they had to up the IV bag because you know it's like 1 through 10 you can put on there for how fast you want it to drip out. So she upped the little IV stuff. And then I went to go use the bathroom. And while I was using the bathroom, the anesthesiologist was waiting for me. He was like right there waiting for me, setting up. And then he started explaining to me everything. And I'm going to just say this, the epidural, it didn't hurt. I'm looking out the window if y'all want to know what I'm looking at. But the epidural did not hurt. I felt something, but it was the pain was none. I was having contractions as I was, I had to sit, you have to sit up like this. And Dante, my boyfriend, was in front of me holding my hands while he was doing it. Then instantly my legs started feeling heavy and my body was shaking. I did have the shakes and I couldn't feel my legs, which is normal. And I stopped feeling the pain. And then, I forgot, before I got the epidural, they checked me. I was 5 centimeters. So I went from 2 to 5 in like 3 hours, maybe even less. No, about 3 hours, 2 to 5 centimeters. And then once I got the epidural, instantly, probably like 30 minutes after I got the epidural, I think she had up my Pitocin levels of how much is coming in. The Pitocin is what, I don't know if I said that already. Pitocin is what speeds your centimeters up. Well, I guess you know what I'm trying to say. But instantly, probably like 30 minutes after I got the epidural, it started to feel like I had to do a number 2. And then I was on the phone with my mama, and I think she was saying, I was on the phone with somebody, and they was like, well, don't push, because that's the baby. So I let that little feeling, because it'll go and it'll come, where I feel like I had to push. Until I'm like, yeah, something is finna come out. I'm about to push. Literally 30 minutes after I got the epidural, I was 5 centimeters. And then I went from 5 centimeters to 9 centimeters in about 30 to 45 minutes. And I got to the hospital at 5 o'clock. I had him at 12:53. So I was not in the hospital long. This wasn't a long process at all. But I kept feeling, I'm just like, no, I have to call the doctor, somebody in here. And she checked me. She was like, oh my God, you're at a 9. Then they just started breaking my bed down. And I'm like, what? I'm not ready. I wasn't mentally prepared to be pushing in 30. I thought I was going to have time to relax and take a nap after I got the epidural. No. He was ready. So you do, before the actual doctor come in who's delivering a baby, you with the nurse who's in there. And I had a really good nurse. I don't remember her name, but she was nice. I really liked her. She, you do practice pushes. So we started doing practice pushing. Now, I'm going to just say I was pushing for a pretty long time before he came out. I probably was pushing for like 30 minutes, no exaggeration. A lot of people don't push that long. I don't think you're supposed to push that long. You could probably push for 30 minutes because I did it for 30 minutes. But that's, like my son, his shoulders got stuck coming out for, I think they said 10 seconds. And also they ended up having to cut me so they can pull the baby out because I was pushing too long and I guess they don't want to have to perform an emergency C-section. So, but I feel like the reason I was pushing for so long is because I couldn't feel anything down there. And I don't think I was focusing really too much on pushing until I started feeling him come out. And I started just pushing with everything in me and he came out. But they brought a mirror to me. They were showing me like his hair before he was coming out. So it was a pretty good experience. Nothing too dramatic. I guess that was pretty dramatic because my water broke at home and a lot of people water don't break. So I'm one of the ones that water broke which was pretty fun. I mean, it wasn't fun, but it was just like a moment to remember, you know. I brought life into this world, and since I'm already at like 15 minutes on this video. I didn't want this video to be that long. If you guys want me to do a baby update, like how he's doing, I can do that, but I'm not gonna do all that in this video. This is strictly just my labor and delivery story. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel. You can send some people my way, and my social media will be down below, because if you're not following me, then what are you doing? And I know I say this every video that I'm gonna be back doing videos, but honestly, I was pregnant, and probably before that, I probably was I'm just feeling better, you know? I did my hair, even though this is something new. Like, I don't wear ponytails and I don't do my edges. And I know that my eyebrows are super duper, what? Like, what? Who does this? But that's only, you know, we in quarantine. I just had a baby. I'm not really trying to be in nobody's face just to get my eyebrows done. Like, no, I'll wait. So, and it's getting dark outside, so I'm going to end this video here. But thank you guys so much for tuning in. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up and go ahead and check out my videos, my previous videos. Thank you. Bye.